and perfect accord with each other govern both these worlds. How could it have happened by chance? If the creation was a chance happening, then chances do clash with each other. And because there is no such thing in the universe, so we have to admit the claim that the designer is perfect and nothing which he has created come into clash with other things which he has created. The clashes we observe are also designed. They have a purpose to serve. Nothing happens without purpose. So this is, I hope, the answer to your question, and I hope that you understand the whole thing. Thank you.
Next questioner is Mr. Arshad Banu, who is British of Mauritian parents.
Yes.
According to the Quran, is there a difference between the brain and the mind?
Most certainly. There is not only a difference according to the Quran, but according to all knowledgeable scientists who deal with the subject of brain and its working. There has to be a divide between the mind and the brain. Brain, as we understand from the scientific study of people who have served all their lives in trying to fathom the secrets of brain, is just like a computer. Although this computer is so far advanced that it defeats the attempts of scientists to understand how this computer came to be born and how it developed in perfect harmony. There is so much about the brain which is still unknown. But the computer does not operate itself. That is the problem, which has been addressed by many brain specialists. There are among them surgeons who operated on brain for the cure of some epileptics. And the verdict of these scientists is that we are amazed to discover that the thing which operates has no specific space in the brain. It's no area, physical area of brain where we can locate that something which operates. You remove a large portion of that part of brain which you think is responsible for certain actions, and the actions can continue to be operated. How could it have happened? So the modern study of brain has revealed this further, that the right lobe and the left lobe have specific functions. But when you remove a part of one lobe, the function is transferred to the other part. How it happens? Who does it? They don't know. But they know that the operation continues after a break, a temporary break. In the meantime, the center of operation shifts. That cannot be located in physical terms. So this is what they call mind in scientific term. This is what we call a soul in the religious terms. So whatever has the ordering or the driving seat, that is the mind or the soul. Whatever is operated upon is a computer or a car, whatever you call it. Still it proves that there is something beyond our understanding which people refer to as Atma, as soul, as brain, as mind, whatever name they give it. It has a consciousness of its own. Next, please.
The next question is from Mr. Vin Fulcho, who is a Hindu-born Mauritian.
He is a born Mauritian.
Yes, and his faith is Hindu born. He was born a Hindu. He starts off with a
In
statement.
Mauritius there are different brands of Hindus. Largely I think they are Arya Samajis and also Hindus from south of India, which have a different cult of their own, distinct cult. Which cult do you belong to? No, I say. A nondescript. All right. Or freelance, should we say. Huh? Right.
He starts with a statement. My faith is dependent on how I understand myself as a human being.
That's right.
And how I live in the world given to me. He asks, do you have any philosophical view on the above statement?
On the statement he has just made.
Yes.
Please sit down. This is like he himself is a freelance, his statement is a freelance statement. It's very difficult to pinpoint the crux of the matter which he has presented, because like you, there are many individuals in the world, billions of them. Each one has his own view of himself. So just to have one's own view of oneself is no criterion for its being right. That is the major problem which I find with your statement, because if you are right in judging yourself, why can't any other person sitting in this hall not be right? Or any person in the world, anywhere. So that is the shifting platform of truth, whatever it is. So we cannot determine it but from the vantage point of God, if He exists. And because we believe He does exist, so for us there is no problem. But those who do not believe in the existence of God, their problem will always remain unresolved. They will never be able to judge what man is, what his nature is made for, what the purpose of life is, and so on and so forth. So the one area which is empty in you is that of God. Try to discover the possibilities of the existence of God. If you find those possibilities to be true, then that is the only answer with which you can fill your emptiness within. But if you don't find, then I can't help you. Thank you.
The next question is from Mr. James Hilton, who is a British Muslim and a creative director.
Creative director?
Sort of a designer sort of thing.
A designer.
Oh, that I know you very well. Yes, please, thank you.
He asks, does a person have a predefined destiny, or is everyone's future unwritten?
Both are correct. Only you should understand what destiny is. Destination, predestination, and so on and so forth are questions which relate to the correct understanding of the grand plan of Allah's things. If you understand His grand plan, then you will realize that the laws of nature we were just referring to are also a part of plan. For instance, the simplest illustration is that of fire. You poke your finger into fire and it will burn. And study the nature of water. It extinguishes fire and absorbs all its heat. So these two things are laws of nature, which are destiny as well. You cannot change the destiny of fire, you cannot change the destiny of water, and you cannot escape the consequences of playing foul with either fire or with water.